Hello, everyone. I'm Wolf, and today we're going back to 1961 to relive the second edition of the Copa Libertadores de América. After the success of the first continental competition, the Libertadores began to gain prestige, bringing together the best clubs in South America in search of eternal glory. Would Peñarol be able to defend their title? How was Palmeiras' campaign, the Brazilian representative? And who shined in the grand final? Get ready to discover the story of the 1961 Copa Libertadores. The Libertadores gained strength. In 1961, CONMEBOL organized the second edition of the Copa de Campeões de América, which would later be known as the Copa Libertadores. The tournament featured 9 national champions, showing the growth of the competition and the increasing interest of South American countries. Among the participants were Peñarol, Uruguay, Palmeiras, Brazil, Olimpia, Paraguay, Independiente Santa Fe, Colombia. Universitario, Peru, Independiente, Argentina, Unión Española, Chile, Deportivo Italia, Venezuela, and Jorge Wilstermann, Bolivia. Palmeiras represents Brazil. The Brazilian representative was Palmeiras, the national champion at the time. The São Paulo team entered the competition surrounded by expectations, aiming to place Brazil among the protagonists of South American football. Despite a strong campaign, Palmeiras was eliminated before the final. Even so, their participation helped consolidate the presence of Brazilian clubs in the Libertadores. The road to the final. The reigning champion, Peñarol, once again showed why they were considered the strongest team on the continent. With attacking football, plenty of experience, and a squad full of talent, the Uruguayan club eliminated their rivals and reached the final. In the 1961 edition, Peñarol faced Palmeiras in the grand final, as the format of the competition brought the two clubs together in the decisive stage. The grand final. The final was played over 2 matches. In the first game, held in Montevideo, Peñarol won 1-0. In the return leg, played at Estadio do Pacaembu in São Paulo, Palmeiras won 1-0. Since each team had won one match, a playoff was required. The third and decisive game took place once again in Montevideo. Showing all their strength, Peñarol won 2-1 and claimed their second consecutive Copa Libertadores title. It was the beginning of one of the greatest stories in Libertadores history. The Stars. The standout player for Peñarol was striker Alberto Spencer. With his goal-scoring instinct and immense talent, Spencer was decisive in another historic campaign and would later become the all-time top scorer in Copa Libertadores history. Another key figure was Luis Cubilla, an important piece in the Uruguayan attack. Curiosities about the 1961 Libertadores. It was the second edition of the Copa Libertadores. Peñarol won back-to-back championships. Palmeiras was the first Brazilian club to play in a Libertadores final. Alberto Spencer began building his legacy as one of the competition's greatest idols. The Libertadores was starting to establish itself as South America's premier club tournament. The 1961 Copa Libertadores marked the birth of the competition's first great dynasty. Peñarol confirmed their strength with a second consecutive title, while Palmeiras showed that Brazilian clubs would also become major contenders in the years to come. From that point on, the Libertadores grew season after season, becoming the most coveted tournament in South American football. And in your opinion, which was the greatest team in Libertadores history? Leave your answer in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell to follow more football stories. I'm Wolf, and I'll see you in the next episode of Telling Stories. See you soon.